A blessed Sunday to us. Actually, I purposely opted to read the longer form because this is one of the few, if not two or three parables in the Gospels. These are very significant because they are being interpreted already. But it doesn't mean that the parable is already interpreted and I'm free of my task. But there is a very interesting thing here that we have to take a look into, because it is in the very challenge that every now and then or every day of our lives, the challenge continues to be practically attentive, no? To try to be attentive to the message that God has for us in our daily lives. There are so many different aspects of this message, and whenever we are able to catch a glimpse of it or really absorb it, no, it brings us down. Sometimes it makes us anxious. No, sometimes it also makes us excited or eager. But then whatever is the effect of such a message or a challenge has always something to do with how we continuously strive to live our Christian lives. That is the reason why to make the seed fruitful, okay, so it's already very clear, no? There are seeds that fell on all these things. Now, there is one interesting commentary I read as a student, that these kinds of soil, where the seeds fell on rocky ground, on the grassy plain, no, or in the rich soil, actually belongs to just one particular person. It belongs to us. Because there are moments that when we listen, sometimes we get so excited about it. That's why we're so attentive. Sometimes we say, well, no? So we are actually described with these different kinds of soil. But there is always a place in our hearts, in our lives, that remain to be always constant and constantly rich. But the reason is, how is the message ever reaching that place? But anyway, we are always called to bear fruit. But it is not a case of saying, ay, 60 raman ako ang fruit. Iya halagi 100, mas daghan ang iya. Dutay rang ako. No, don't worry. Because the category of 60-fold, 30-fold, or 100-fold has something to do with the capacity that each and everyone is given. We do not have the same capacities. But what is the challenge here is to bring it into fullness. If we are given 60, then we have to bring up, we have to bear 60. That's justice. But then if we are given 100-fold, and then we can only give 70, that's not enough. We still can do something more in order to reach the limit. But if we are given only 30 and we can give 75, well, that's problematic. That's where corruption comes in. Asam nagi ka ng 45, na 30 raman imong kaya. No? So these are the little things and the peripheral issues that actually matter when it comes to understanding even more this very parable of the sower and the seed. So we are all given the capacity to do it. The most important thing is responding to the call and the message and the challenge. We should give the ultimate in our lives. No, it's not something that we can do it right here and now. No, it's a constant process, and it is just like being planted. Now, what is so interesting here, even more, is the sense of excitement, which the second reading today talks about the great expectation, which is what hope is. We Christians, we baptized Christians, we are not complete without that sense of hope. What does Christian hope bring to us? It is something that we look forward to. If we do not have hope, we are not Christians. Sorry na lang. Kung dili ta malaumon sa atong kinabuhi, walay pulos ang atong pagtuong Kristohanon. Because with faith comes always the hope. And this is the very beautiful thing about the hope, because it allows us to even desire for more, in as much as God has granted us to give to Him to the full. And not only to Him, but to share with our brothers and sisters as well. And with this fullness and with this beautiful communion and sharing of gifts, we become God's bountiful harvest for the world and for other peoples to see, and hopefully imitate and join us in this one chorus, in this one journey, in this synod, in this faith that we live, because we call each other brothers and sisters, for indeed we are God's children, and so we are. Amen.